Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. So today I kick off the Meat Rabbit series part 2. I promised that I was going to redo a lot of those videos, and I am starting today with how to get your rabbitry set up, and we're going to go from setup all the way to freezer and even some recipes. So stay tuned for that. Go ahead and hit that like, subscribe, and bell button so that you know when each of these videos comes out.
Make the most of every day. Make the most of what God gave with good, simple living.
All right, before we get started on our Meat Rabbit setup, I want to tell you about a really fun giveaway. It's a $50 gift card, and all you have to do is go check out Hidden Heights Farm YouTube channel, and I'm going to link you right there to their channel.
Hey everyone, welcome to Hidden Heights Farm. I'm Kevin and this is my wife Rachel.
Hello everybody. We are two full-time working parents and we have two children at home. They go to public school, so we are very, very busy and short on time. So the things that we do on our farm here, we try and do as efficiently as possible with the least amount of time because we are so busy with our schedules. We do a lot of just country living, and we have lots and lots of different animals here on our farm, and we try and teach our kids how to be self-sufficient, so they will in turn pass that on to their children in the future.
Right, and just to touch on our farm, we have a 20-acre farm here in northeast Oklahoma, and some of the animals that we raise here, our main thing that we raise is DNA registered Spanish goats.
We also raise Spanish turkeys,
Kiko goats,
quail,
pygmy goats.
we have lots and lots of free-range chickens.
We also have an Anatolian livestock guardian dog named Daisy.
We also have Mojo, who is new to our farm. He is a Great Pyrenees.
And we recently this year transitioned from a traditional garden in the ground to raised beds. And we also love beekeeping here on the farm.
And we also like to do some canning and preserving here from the things that we grow, and we trade back and forth with other homesteaders and family and friends.
And when we're not busy here at the farm, we like to spend some of our free time down at the creek.
We also like just living traditional outdoor living, country life, good old wholesome country living here.
So thank you guys so much for watching this video clip about our farm. If any of these topics interest you, Rachel and I would ask you guys to please consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
What you need to do is like this video and leave a comment below, and make sure that you're a subscriber to this channel. Then you're going to head on over to Hidden Heights Farms channel. You're going to like their video that they're setting out right now at this very minute. You're going to subscribe to their channel and leave a comment under that video. So we will be picking one random mutual subscriber that has liked both videos and commented on both videos. Good luck to you. I hope you win. Now I'm going to show you my rabbit setup. Our channel originally got started with meat rabbits. Our very first video was just kind of a funny impromptu breeding rabbits for the first time when we first started. And some of our most popular videos have been about meat rabbits. So why meat rabbits? We've done a few videos explaining why we personally chose meat rabbits, but the main reason is you can raise a lot of meat for your family on a really small space or a really small homestead. And so it's great for big homesteads and it's great for little homesteads. So we're really going to dive into why meat rabbits, price per pound, setups, rabbit care, rabbit breeding, rabbit processing, rabbit recipes, you name it. If there's anything that we're not covering that you'd like to see, go ahead and leave it below. But this is going to be an entire series, and I really hope it helps other people get started. So first things first, how do you get started? The best way to get started is with what we call a trio. It's 2 does and 1 buck. So if you just want to go ahead and try 2 does, $1. The reason 2 does is because if you have a mother die or a doe die during delivery, or you have a doe reject their kits, you will always have another doe to foster to. Always breed your 2 does at the same time. You want them to be within 2 days of delivering. That way you have foster options. Otherwise, if you have a doe die during delivery, which we have had happen once, you've got all these babies and no way to feed them. And bottle feeding rabbits is close to impossible. Can be done, but you're going to have losses. So 2 does, $1. Now we have 3 does and 2 bucks. The reason being, we're a family of 6, and that allows us to stay in meat and also sell some live to cover all of our costs. So actually, once we got established, the cost of raising rabbits is nothing for us, because we sell just 1 rabbit from every litter will cover your cost to raise up your litters. And also we keep 2 bucks, because if something happens to one of your bucks, you need to wait until a buck is about 6 months old to be mature enough to breed. And if you lose your buck and then you're waiting on a kit to grow up, that's going to be a long time that you don't have any meat. So keep 2 bucks and however many does once you get bigger. But I always say start with a trio. So first I want to show you our basic setup. The basic setup that we have here is a triple hutch system. Your hutches can be stacked. You can really do your hutches however you want. But we have this triple hutch system. This is for our does. So we've got our 3 does, and then we have a tower system for our bucks. Eventually we'd like to get them all in hutches, but this is we call it the bachelor pad. So our bucks are here in the tower and our does are over here, because this hutch system is bigger and it allows us to put a nest box in it, which is necessary where we can't fit a nest box in here. Now on every single hutch, we have a feeder that you feed from outside. It can hold quite a bit of food, probably about a week's worth if you're going to be going camping or something like that. And then you always want one with a lid so it doesn't get rained on. They need a resting pad if they're going to be on the wire. So let's talk about our wire bottom. Why the wire bottom? We get a lot of criticism on that from people that just don't know. When you are raising rabbits outside, you need everything to drop through right away. Not only is it excellent compost, but you can't have anything sitting in the cages or flies are going to be attracted to it. And with flies come larvae, and with that come bot flies and things that can really damage or even kill your rabbits. So you've got to keep their cages completely empty at all times. The wire can be hard on their hawks, so always have a resting pad. And if possible, we also have boxes in there. He doesn't have a box because it's the middle of the summer, but in the winter he has a box and straw at all times. These hutches are prettier. So with our triple hutch system, we made each cage or hutch or animal display case, if you will, 3 feet by 2 feet. She's nesting right now because she's about to give birth. So we keep these boxes in there at all times, especially in the winter. They are not very heat tolerant. So we have a fan system. I'm going to link you to the video for how to keep your rabbits cool during the hot months. They are very cold tolerant though. A lot of people are worried about it when it gets to be freezing. The things you need to worry about are frozen water, and they have to be out of the wind and they have to be out of the rain. You cannot have rabbits getting wet and having wind pelt them. So we have wood 3 ways around, and then we have cage on the front. They have an overhang so that rain doesn't get on them or their food. And then when it gets below freezing, we get a little creative with water. We're going to switch from our automatic watering system back to bottles. That way we can have bottles that we bring in and out to keep their water from freezing. So that's our basic cage setup. And then our watering system, I lost a little spring for that. I need to find that. So our watering system starts at a 55-gallon barrel, and I'll link you to the video on how we set that up. And it's just clear piping that runs from the 55 gallons to every single cage system. And it's just a pressure-fed, gravity-fed system. If the reason we did clear tubing instead of the black tubing is so we can see if any algae builds up in there. It's really important to know what's going on in your tubes, and then we can flush the whole system out. We also keep apple cider vinegar in the water at all times. For 55 gallons, I do half a gallon of apple cider vinegar. So I let this drain all the way down. I empty it, I scrub it out, I keep it really clean, Then I refill it with the apple cider vinegar, and we've gone all summer without any algae buildup at all in our watering system. And same with water bottles. Make sure you keep those clean. They need fresh water. So as you can see, we also love to garden. We have a lot of gardening stuff on our channel. Go ahead and check that out. But the best part about having the wire bottom cages and hutching your rabbits is their compost. It is garden gold. This stuff doesn't carry the bacteria that chicken compost has, and it also is not hot like chicken compost. So I can scoop it out from under the cage and I can lay it directly in my garden and just let it rain in, and you can just go and eat from your garden and not have to worry about it. You also don't need to worry about your kids handling the compost or the soil that your rabbit compost is in. So that's another huge benefit to raising rabbits. This is our basic lawn tractor. We follow the Joel Salatin Polyface Farm model of tractoring our animals. So this tractor we built, and it's 8x2. And when making a tractor or when purchasing a tractor, make sure that it's tall enough that your rabbit can stand up on its hind legs. Because rabbits like to do that when they check something out. You'll see them stand on their hind legs. Same with your hutches. Keep that in mind, that you want them to be able to stand up. So for this, the reason we don't have wire on the bottom is because when we tried a wire bottom tractor, it matted down the grass. So even a big wire just kind of matted down the grass and they weren't able to graze freely. So without having the wire, there's a couple things that you need to consider. One would be predators, but we have a fully fenced yard, so it's not something that we deal with too much here. But if you just have an open field, you may consider wiring the bottom of your cage and just knowing that it's going to limit their grazing. Also digging out. Rabbits will dig. Young rabbits won't dig, and bucks don't tend to dig as much, but our does, especially any doe over, say, 4 months old, is going to dig. So they can be in it during the day, supervised, but then I would hutch them at night, or you're going to wake up to a hole and no rabbits. Now, we tractor all of our grow-outs. Once they reach 5 to 6 weeks old, we wean them from mama, and then that is the point that we rebreed our does. When we wean them, we move them to the tractor. Now, don't move all your all your kits at once, because then the moms can get engorged if they are still nursing. And so we always leave 1 or 2 kits just for about a week to kind of wean the mama off nursing and allow her milk to kind of dry up naturally and gradually. So we're going to move our kits to the lawn tractor, and then we're going to raise them on pasture. We still provide them pellets, but this will cut our feed costs in half because they're also going to be grazing, and they actually prefer that to the pellets. We just attach water bottles, and then we have a automatic feeder on this side. And with your automatic feeder, you also want a lid on that. The kids snapped the lid off this one, so we're going to be replacing it. Other than that, you're going to wake up to soggy feed. We did a corrugated roof that is plastic and light, and handles on the side. That way, twice a day, we can move this to fresh ground. And it's really easy. We just pull it to a new space. And if you make your tractor too heavy, that's going to be tough to do. Make sure you do the handles. Make sure you keep your materials light with your tractor. Alright guys, that's kind of the basic how to get started, basic setup. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you step by step into, once you have your does and your buck, how to get them bred. And then what you're going to do once they're pregnant.